Welcome to this new segment that is nearly 3 years in the making. Family Plotting will follow my family's journey as we reclaim our food independence, return to the land, and learn about food preservation. This project is really an excuse for us to spend more time together doing healthier activities with greater rewards. COVID hit Brooklyn like a ton of bricks. 2020 was a year of empty streets, and on this corner there were depression-like bread lines at the pharmacy, post office, and grocery stores. My cousins were all for meeting on Zoom, but the older generation in our family remained isolated because of their aversions to apps and technology. Out of desperation, people got creative with their growing and outdoor activities. My sister tried her hand at growing for the first time. She was reduced to avocados on the sidewalk, but don't worry, by year 2 she really got up and swinging. I dove right into indoor growing. Ginger exploded in my closet, so I ventured into microgreens. And next thing I know, I'm supplying my neighbors and people in my building with several options. From there, peppers soon took over the entire micro homestead that I built. And I had to expand to a micro farm in the backyard. And by then, I was driving my cousins crazy with all my growing updates. 2021 rolled in, and I found myself taking on an apprenticeship at a rooftop farm. By this time, COVID was firmly rooted and had nowhere to go. I spent my days on the roof of Brooklyn studios wishing I was downstairs filming, but because of my high risk of getting COVID, I was isolated to the roof with a handful of people for 9 months. My parents were dragged kicking and screaming into the digital world. Because of my father's lymphoma and the rest of us all having autoimmune disorders, we remained isolated and hadn't seen each other in person for 18 months. We decided to have a serious conversation about how we could spend more time together without risk of COVID. I used this window to bring up my desire to move away from the city and kind of push myself into agriculture. I talked about wanting to lease land somewhere in North Carolina, Virginia, or New York because near my parents is just way too expensive. I even went on a few property tours and was negotiating a mushroom operation with one of the farmers that I work with. After a lot of negotiating and setting some boundaries, I got a tentative offer from my dad to use some of the land behind their house.
That's the Tropicana.
By this time, I was ready to go out in public again and went on a short road trip to Atlantic City to hang with my best friends from childhood.
Got into Staten Island, and 2 guys behind me jump out of their truck and their car and start beating the crap out of each other on the highway. I could not get it on camera, but my fill-up just cost $75. Hopefully it'll get me there and back.
I met up with my sister after, and we spent the day plotting and having fun outdoors.
But this is her stuff I gave her. So she put out some potted plants, looking nice. Oh, let's see what happened to her plants. Oh, she got a little avocado. This is an avocado. She loves avocados. Okay. I think I gave her this pepper plant. Definitely needs a bigger container. She's learning. Whoo! Child, for real? Wow. I was like, she's got a few plants outside. It is plant city. And the microwave. Wow.
And later, and y'all told me to throw it away.
What plant is that?
I don't know. I found it by the dumpster.
Wow.
And I brought it back to life.
Did you eat?
So while playing Topgolf, we plotted a day together with our parents who were still staying at home and not going out at all. We spent the next weeks making sure we did not expose ourselves to anyone else before heading over.
These are the woods by Dana's house. I always thought they'd be really good for like growing mushrooms because you can like see it's nice and dark and really dense in there. But her little area over here, we were in the car discussing fencing and she showed me the fencing that her friend used. And I was like, those wooden stakes are going to be expensive once they add up. She didn't realize I meant this large of a space. So this wooden raised area for these bushes, that's about how big I was thinking of fencing off the property. So now we need to measure. And my reason for making it that big is I want to have raised beds that we can walk around and possibly bring a wheelbarrow around, and also have a tree or two inside, a peach tree or a hazelnut tree, something, some blueberry bushes, but lots of room. So we're gonna measure this and see how big it is.
We wanted him to see when we were saying quarter acre or eighth of an acre, what that looked like. We wanted him to see the area blocked off so there was no resentment or arguing later on.
And by 21.6. No trip to AC is complete without a stop at Wawa.
Between our plotting and actually getting into the house, tragedy struck. The trees on my parents' property have been struggling for a while, but they lost the last 2 trees in their backyard after having already removed 3 in the front. Without any other trees in the backfield, it's a very noticeable change in the environment and the temperature. Before heading out to see them, I grabbed 2 trees from my microfarm and headed to New Jersey.
I'm showing the world your skills.
Hush.
I was trying. I'm just saying. I was being serious.
I used this opportunity to mark off the area I wanted to use for growing crops. I really wanted my father to see the area because a quarter acre or an eighth of an acre sounds vague. I wanted a visual representation so we didn't put any money into supplies or research, and then he all of a sudden says, "Whoa, this is way too big."
Ooh, it's dead. Just dead, dead, dead. I took him back there and I was like, here's the area I want. He's like, well, don't make it too big. You know your mom wanted a new pool. So maybe you've worn him down. Yeah. He said, you know she want a big pool.
Don't say nothing else.
Now, exactly. Don't say another thing.
Say nothing else.
That's how you got you.
As a family, we went out back and chose the spots to put our new chestnut trees. We named them Chester and Jessica, of course.
Dad gave up after 2 minutes. He couldn't shovel with Crocs. Oh shit. He said he got a boulder. Oh wow. Where you going? I need to get some of you in action. There we go. There we go. You know I'm a minor celebrity. I got 2 followers.
Seeing the area plotted out turned out to be a good idea. We got approval and immediately went back home and started texting back and forth ideas for beds, materials. We even ordered samples to be shipped out. I really liked the options from Timeless Fence. After seeing them in action at the beginning Grazer conference I went to during the summer of 2022, I was left with a great impression.
It'll be solid with this, better than this. I don't know. I just feel like this might be a little bit too flimsy if this is so heavy. I don't know. Tell me what you think.
I'm also going to continue keeping track of the swear jar. it's starting to grow. That's all I have for you today. The next video will pick up where we left off in the journey. In the meantime, watch some of the videos and shorts that expand on the different adventures you see here. Until next time, folks, as always, keep growing.